Hi everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you how to deploy a Django project on DigitalOcean and also how you can set up a live Postgres database for your Django project on DigitalOcean. You get so right now let's go down to our Django project. So you need to perform some basic configurations first. So go down to your settings.py file. So I have mine over here. Okay, here is mine. So just need to scroll down. So I want to configure my static files now. You get so I'll go down towards the end. So at this point here you have your static URL and also your static files directories. We need to set one more variables called static roots. You get so static underscore roots. So to do that, so this folder is going to hold all your static files in production. You know, while you're on development environment, our static files are held in this second variable, but in production our static files will be in this, will be over here. So let me add the last one. I'm going to say base underscore dir slash, and I'm going to call this folder assets. So in production, DigitalOcean is going to run a command called Django manage.py collect static. So all the static files is collected is going to be stored in this folder called assets. So you need to add this to your settings.py file. It's really important. So after you've done this now, make sure you have your requirement.txt file. So after I've done this now, the next thing for us to do now is this. I want to update my requirement.txt. So I need to install gunicorn. I'm going to say pip install gunicorn. Make sure you have your virtual environment activated before you run this command. Pip install gunicorn. So I'm going to show you where this gunicorn is going to be used again, but for now just install this package. So run the installation. Okay, for me it says requirements already satisfied, right? So that means I already have gunicorn installed in my virtual environment. So what you have to do now, you need to update your requirement.txt. Whenever you update a package like this, make sure your requirements file is updated. So just run pip freeze. So you're going to say pip freeze, then we use this angle sign, then requirements, make sure it's spelled well, .txt. So you say enter. So right now this code now is going to simply update our requirements file with whatever package we newly installed. So my requirement file has been updated. So once you've done this now, go down to GitHub, create an account on GitHub, create a repository on GitHub, and then push your code up to GitHub instead. Make sure you do that, push your code to GitHub. So once you've done that, you're going to move now to the next step. Okay, as for me, I already have my source code on GitHub, so I'm going to simply update my code on GitHub. Remember, I added this line of code called static root, and I also updated my requirement.txt. Instead, I had to add this command called gunicorn. Show this pip freeze. You understand? This pip freeze helps to add newly installed packages into your requirement.txt file. You understand? So we had this one added called gunicorn. So right now I need to update my GitHub repository. So go down. So right now I'm going to open a bash command. So for you, you might be able to update yours in a different way. So right now I have a bash command. This is my GitHub repository. So I'm going to just say git, and then I'll say git add dot. So it's going to add up. So I'm going to say git commit m. I'm going to call this second commit to get. So and then the last one I'm going to simply push to GitHub. I'm going to say git push origin and then main get. So enter. So this is going to simply update my GitHub repository on the cloud. You get. So let's just wait as it push. Okay, so right now I have been able to update my GitHub repository. Understand? So that's it now. So next thing for us to do now, go down to, I think we need to go down to DigitalOcean. So let's do that right now. DigitalOcean. So for you have to create an account on DigitalOcean. So let me refresh this page now. You see, I just made some changes here. Only page is refreshed. It says 1 minute ago. You can see that because I added a new file to my settings.py file and a new line of new code. You get it says 1 minute ago. Yeah, also 1 minute ago. So right now go down to DigitalOcean and then create an account. Once you create an account, you have to sign in. And once you sign in, you will put onto a dashboard. but for you my dashboard is looking different from yours because I already have an app on DigitalOcean. I have already deployed an app previously on this platform. So for you, you're going to see a different interface just here, but this left panel is going to be there also. You get, so that is it now. So right now, let's get started right away now. So on this left panel, you see this manage here, manage here. You see there. So click here, open it. So once you've opened it, you can then click on apps, choose apps. So we want to deploy a Django app on DigitalOcean using DigitalOcean's app platform. You get, so right now it's coming up. So okay, now so over here, look for where you see we have create app here. Click on it. On your own end, the create app might be on a different location, but once you see the create app, click on it. So I'm going to click on my here, create apps. So I want to create a new DigitalOcean app to deploy my Django project. You get, so, and I'm going to use GitHub to deploy my Django project. Remember, we have to push our source code to GitHub. So we have several providers here. We have GitLab, DigitalOcean King Container, we have Docker. So right now we're going to use GitHub because that's what we are using here. So GitHub have been selected for me. So just scroll down, click on manage access. So manage access. So I want to grant DigitalOcean access to our GitHub account. So now I have some GitHub. So I'm going to give it. This is my account here. Click on it. The first one. So I need to put in my password. So let me just do that. So confirm. Okay, now so I need to scroll down. So right now I'm going to give DigitalOcean access to a single repository, and that is the repository that we want to deploy on DigitalOcean. So right now I'm going to select. So right now I am going to select that repository. So if you click on all repositories, DigitalOcean has access to all your repositories. Right now I want to give it access to a single repository. So click on only select repositories. Then you have to select the exact repository you want to deploy on DigitalOcean. So right now the repository is called my blog. So I'm going to find that you can see it here. It's called my blog here. So click on it. It has been clicked on. Once it has been clicked on, so I'm going to remove this. Okay, no, we can continue. Click on save. So save now. So we're going to get redirected. So almost there. So now it says GitHub connection permission have been updated. So we'll scroll down, click over here, click on select a repository, and that is my blog. Understand? Says loading. So once it's there now, make sure you have auto deploy checked. Make sure you have it checked. Understand? What this means is that whenever you make a change on your project and you push to GitHub, DigitalOcean is going to automatically deploy your application. Hope you get. So click on next. So click on next now. So next. So we are here now. So our app is called Starfish app. So let's proceed. Click on it. Edit plan. So right now I'm going to go with the basic. Understand? So if you want a more robust deployment, a more robust support system for your app, you can go with the pro version. But for me, let's go with the basic now. So we don't have that much money to spend for now. Look, let's go with basic. Once you're on basic now, so for the instance size, so we should check closely. While on pro, you're going to pay $24 monthly. But if you go down with the basic, you're going to have to pay $10 monthly, right? But we can also reduce this cost to like $5 again. So just click on this instance size. Click on it, go with $5 per month basic. So I'm gonna just show how you can deploy your app for the cheapest amount basically you can. So that's it now. So once you've done that, click on this back button. We are back here again. Okay, right now let's continue. So we are done with the app called Starfish. I forgot something. We could edit the name of this app. I don't like the name. The name is quite okay. I don't think it's there. But let's continue. We are going to edit this name. This name called Starfish is kind of. So let's continue now. So this is your GitHub repository. This is your GitHub repository called my blog. So click on this edit button here. edit button. So I'm going to scroll down gently. So now scroll down. Okay, for you can see now we have this run command. Click on edit there, run command. So we have this here, so I'll simply paste this here, Ctrl V. So now don't worry, I'll paste this command for you guys in the comment section of this video. You understand? So right now I'm going to put the name of the folder that holds my settings.py file. So that folder is called my sites. That's what I'm going to replace that try Django with. So right now it should be called my sites. Hope you understand. So that's not the folder that holds my settings.py file. Let me show that to you. Okay, here's the folder called my sites. Understand? Instead of that folder we have settings.py file, and we also have our whgi.py file. Hope you get. So this folder that holds your whgi.py file as a folder you have to place just here. Understand how we did it? So we click on save. You get. So save. Also save now. I think making progress. Okay, everything looks fine. Okay, let's continue. Click on this back button. Let's proceed. Okay, I think we're done now. Click on next. Click on the next button. Next. So right now you need to add some environment variables instead. So let's do that right away. Okay, right now let's configure our environment variables. Let's configure it right now. So how do you go about it? So this is how it works here. So for example, your secret key, your debug value, and your also your allowed hosts. These three you need to configure them into your environment variables. It's not a must, but for security reasons it's important. Hope you understand now. So right now let's configure some. So I'm going to go down to our, what's the name again? Go down to your Django project, settings.py file, just here. Because our secret key needs to be hidden. Understand? So right now we have our secret key as this, but in production we need to have a separate secret key. Understand? We have this here. In production we need to have a separate secret key for security. Hope you understood. So let's proceed. So now I'm going to paste this here. So now I'll comment this out. Okay, commented now. So we need to import, make sure you import OS on top. That's done. Once it's done there, so just come down again where we have, so this is it now. So right now we're going to paste this our default secret key. Just copy it here, this old one we have here. Let's just uncomment it, copy it, this old one, Ctrl C, then we can paste it here. Understand? Paste it there. So now right now what this means is that whenever we are on development, so I'm comment up, so you have to comment your old secret key, make sure it's commented. So what this means is this now, whenever we are on the development environment, we are going to be using this secret key. Understand? But in production we want to use a different secret key for security. Hope you understand. So right now you can see we have this command called secret key over here, this name. So we are going to go down to our DigitalOcean platform. So just here, click on the edit button, click on it, edit button. So we're going to add a new key now. Remember the key is coming from here. We're going to call this secret underscore key. Hope you get. So this secret key is coming from over here. Let me show you where it's coming from. It's coming from this name here. This name, this highlighted name I highlighted here. So now right now we need to get a new secret key and paste here as a value. So you can just go down to your browser and just search for Django secret key generator, Django secret key generator. So let's see. So oh, my server is, my maintenance is down. So right now, as I said before, search for Django secret key generator. So click on the first link. So we're going to get a new secret key right now. So first of all here, click on generate. It shall be generated for us and it has been copied. Go down to your Django, go down to DigitalOcean, then paste that key here, paste, and then you can click on save. So right now we've added a new we've added a new environment variable. And we check closely, our secret key on production is different from the secret key in our development environment. Hope you understood. So let's continue. You get. So okay, so the next thing we need to go add our, let's just click on save. So next thing we need to add our debug, you understand? So you go down to Django project over here. So you need to also, you can see it says there's a one in here, it says don't run with debug turned on in production. You understand? So to avoid these back and forth changes, there's something you can do. So now right now I'm going to simply replace this. I'm going to simply replace this debug and paste this here. So what's wrong with this now? So whenever we are on development, our debug is meant to be true. So if your debug is true, that means that if you have an error in your code, it's going to tell you what the error is. So you know on development environment, you are meant to know what is causing the problems in your code, right? But in production, whenever you have an error, you're not meant to explicitly show out the error, because hackers can use that to gain access to your website. You get? So right now on your development environment, you need to make the bug true, while in production you need to make your debugs false. So to avoid the back and forth changes, this is how you can do it here. So right now, while on development, I'm going to set the bug to true. Yeah, true. So this is our basic. Right now, this is our default value on development. So what is happening here is this. Now we are comparing this value with this value. So if they're the same thing, we are going to have true as a value that represent everything here. But in our production environment, we are going to create an environment variable and set the bug to false. So once we have the bug as false there, we are going to compare false and true. So if you compare false and true, it's going to return false, right? So we are going to have false as a value here. Hope you understood. So go down to DigitalOcean once more. So I'm correct here. So we need to add one more environment variable now. I'm going to call that. Click on this plus button. I'm going to say debug. I'm going to set debug to false. Understand? So false. So save now. So that's it now. So we have two environment variables now. So what's the next thing? Click on the next button. Okay, we're almost done. We're almost done right now. So you can see now our app is called Starfish app. You can come here and decide to edit the name of your app, because this app is going to form your domain name when we're about to deploy this app PC here. You can see it here. It's going to form your domain name. So to get the better customization, I advise you just get a more suitable name for your projects. For me, I'll leave it like this. So I'm just going to go back now. So let's click on next again. Click on next. So once you are here, you can click on next again. I think yeah, next, nothing to set here. Click on next now. Next. So now it's telling us now, so you can create our resources, and once we create resources, our code will be live on DigitalOcean. But before we do that, you know, we've added some changes to our code. We've made some changes here, so we need to push these changes to GitHub. So let's do right away. For me, just say I'm going to run those commands I run here. I'm going to just call this .commit. For you, make sure you use a more descriptive commit message. Hope you get. So I'm going to say .commit over there, and then I'm going to simply finally push to GitHub. Git push origin main. So it's going to push up to GitHub in a few seconds. So let's wait for it. Okay, so my code has been pushed to GitHub. My GitHub has been updated. My GitHub repository has been updated. So once you are done with pushing to GitHub, go down to your dashboard. So right now, I think we can then create our resources. You can see our monthly cost is just $5. So let's create the resources now. Click on create resources button, and hope everything should work fine. Because it says Starfish app has been created. Now it's loading. Once it's done loading now, so right now it's trying to like deploy on DigitalOcean. So once it's done, so it's loading. So once it's done, it's building currently, not loading, it's building. So once it's done building, we're going to have our app live on DigitalOcean. So right now, as it is building, you can go and check the build logs. Click on this. You can check the build logs. You can just click on this build log. Go to build logs button. You can see how it's building. Understand? So I think it's almost done. It's almost done. So let's just scroll up a bit. So you can click over. You can click on this runtime logs. You can see how things are. There's nothing here now. But currently, the build logs is still running. Once it's done, you just have to just wait a bit. So you can see right now it says I think everything is done, but this is still loading. Once it's done with the building, we're going to have our app live on DigitalOcean. It says deploy successfully. Just scroll down. It says deploy successfully. I don't think it's okay. But once it's done, we're going to see live app here. So once the building, so currently the building is still in progress. So once the building is done, we're going to see a different button that says live app. So let's wait. So right now, I think our app has been deployed successfully on DigitalOcean. This is our new domain it gets now. So this is our new domain. Don't worry, if you see deploy successfully over here and it's still building, just reload your page, just refresh your page. Understand? That's what I did right now. So click on this link, click on it. You're gonna have, oh, it's through an error. It says bad request 400. That could be the problem. So right now we're having this error called bad request, and we don't even know what this error stands for. We don't know what this error is trying to say. Do you know why? That's because that's because in production we've already set our debug to false. It can't tell us explicitly what the error is. You understand? So right now we want to get the exact error message our code is throwing. So go down to your DigitalOcean dashboard. Okay, yeah. So click on settings now. Settings. So click on my blog. So scroll down. So you have environment variables. You can see we have two there. Click on edit and then click on want to make it true. So want to be able to see our actual error message. So once you click on save, it's going to auto deploy. It's going to redeploy again. So right now it's deploying, it's building. Once it's done building, now we are going to see what the exact error message is, and we are going to start debugging from there. So currently it says waiting for service. So click on go to deploy logs. Let's see what we have so far. So loading. Okay, now we have live app. Click on this live app. So it's going to show us our live app. You might still face that same error. Oh, you can see what it's saying now. You can see what the error message is. Now the error message is simple. It's because we need to add our new domain into the allowed host. You understand? So I just showed you how. So for you guys now, you might face an error message after you might have set the bug to false. So just go down to your DigitalOcean platform and then set the bug to true, so you can see what the actual error message is. So our own error message was because we've not added our domain into the allowed host. So you need to add your domain into this allowed host here. So we're going to do that right now. Okay. So right now, I'll just cover this paste here. So we have our allowed host now. So right now we have this. So when we're on development environment, our allowed host is going to be this 127 and the local hosts. Hope you get. But while we're on development, we want to have a different allowed host. So I'm going to show you how to add that now. So you see the split. This split helps to convert the values we have here into a list of comma separated values. Understand? It converts, so this split converts these two items into a list. You understand what this split does here? So right now we're going to go down to our DigitalOcean platform and then add our allowed host. So now go down to your platform. So DigitalOcean, which is here. So we have it over here. Click on settings. Understand settings. Then click on my blog. Once you're there, scroll down. So you have environment variables. Click on edit. So now remember we can turn debug to false now. So now that we have seen our error, false, and then allowed underscore host. I'm going to send that to, let's copy the error message we have here. Let's copy the domain name. Copy, Ctrl C, paste inside here. Once you pasted, you have to save, and once you save, our app is going to be deployed to DigitalOcean. Hope you get. So click on save. So it's saved. So the deployment is going to continue. Our deployment has started right now. So right now we need to also push to GitHub. We want to make some changes. So let's push it to GitHub. I'm going to say git add. Let's just say git commit. For the fourth commit, our fourth commit. So enter. Let me push to GitHub. Okay, so let's push to GitHub now. So it's going to push. Once it's pushing to the browser. So our service is building. Once it's done building, we're going to have our app live on DigitalOcean. So it's taking this much time. Let's see the build logs. I don't know why it's taking much time. So build logs, where are you? So it's coming up. I think my network has been slowed down. So build log is here. I think everything is looking good here. It's complete. We'll scroll back up again. I think we might have to. So let's wait for it. Let's be patient. Once it's done building, we are going to see our app live on DigitalOcean. So now it's deploying right now. Just changed for building. Now it's saying waiting for service. And once it's done with this, now we are going to have a button called live app. Instead, we're going to have it just here. So let's just wait for it. So if you don't see, if you don't see the live app button over there, the live app, so I had to refresh my page because my network went down, my internet connection went down. So I had to refresh my page. So just click on this. This is also your domain name. You can this is your domain, so you can also get a domain name from here and add to your allowed host. You understand? So just click on this link. So let's see how things goes now. So right now our app has been deployed on DigitalOcean. Have been deployed fully. Don't worry, the pictures are going to show. I don't know why it's not. Refresh this page once more. Oh, we have our app there. Our pictures are not coming up for now. I can't really say why. I can't say why, but it should come up. I guess my internet is quite poor here, but it's fine. So right now we have our app on DigitalOcean. But one thing is this now. Currently, our application is running on the SQLite 3 database, but we need a more advanced database like Postgres. We need something more advanced like PostgreSDB. So now I'm going to show you how to configure Postgres on DigitalOcean and then connect it to your Django projects for a more production application you get. So without further ado, we'll be moving into. I can't say why the picture right now. I know we are meant to have some images on top here, but I can't see why it's not showing. Let's try an incognito tab. So let's try and see if it works there. So paste here and enter. Let's see. Oh, same issue. I guess it has to do with DigitalOcean. Once it has been, I guess it has to do with DigitalOcean. But once it's fixed, you're gonna see your images there. So it's fine. Everything is working. But there's a slight issue with our images. But I think it's gonna be sorted out on DigitalOcean. So let's just close this. Once we're done with that, now the next thing for us to do now is configure our Postgres database. So now right now you can see we have this drop down, this button. Click on this create. So you can click on create/attach database. So I'm going to create a Postgres database right now. So once you have clicked on it now, the default name is always called DB as default name, and it says monthly cost is $7 for a more production ready database instead. So that's it now. Once you're done, so now you can just click on create and attach. Click on create and attach. Once that is done, so our database has been added to Starfish app. It gets to our app. So currently it's creating a database. So we're going to wait for some minutes for our database to get created. So right now, let's continue. You can say our database is still being created, but we can check to see if it has been created, because this might load for a long time. But let's check and see if our database has actually been created. So click on this settings tab. Click on the settings tab over here. Right now you can see we have two components. We have our Django project called my blog, and we have our database. These two components forms the app. So now right now click on DB. Click on DB. So you scroll down. Right now you can see we have our connection details already. Click on view. Once you click on view, now you can see the connection information, the host, the port, and everything. So right now I think our database has been created for us. I don't know why it's still saying this, but let's configure that right now. Okay, now so you can see our connection string. Okay, everything is fine. Everything is good. Right now let's configure our Postgres database for our projects. Let's do right away. So now to your Django project. So over here, so I'm gonna just paste this is simply, what's it called again? I'm looking for the right place to paste this. Okay, let's just do it just above or allow our install. Sorry, let's do it where we have our databases here. Just here, perfect. So I'm gonna paste this now. Paste this now. Database equal. So this is a variable called database underscore URL. So right now the value is none. But I want to, so right now in our production environment, I want to give it a different value through our environment variables. Instance, so while on development environment, our database is going to be null. You get, it's going to be none. But in production, it's going to have an actual value. So now let's go right there. So let's do that right away. So go down to your what was it called again? To your DigitalOcean dashboard. So right there. So now right there now, I'll simply copy this connection string. This is our connection string for our database. I'll copy it. I've been copied. Once I've been copied now, I need to go add this I need to go add it into my environment variables instead. So click on my blog. So you scroll down. Where you see environment variables here, just click on edit. So I need to add a new it has been added for us. You can see right now our database URL has been added for us by default, on default. You understand? So so right now let's continue now. So let's continue. I've been added for us now. So I'm going to write an if block and I'm going to say if database URL is not none, if it is not okay, if it is, so what I was trying to say now is if not. So now remember in our local environment, our database, this variable is set to none. So now I'm saying if this, so I'm saying if this is none now, if this variable is currently none, we want to simply use our SQLite 3 database. You understand? So if it is not none, that means we are in production. You understand? Because in production, this variable has a value which is our connection string. You understand? So let me show you. So I'm going to show you the value from here. Click on DB, that's our database, and then you click on view. So this is the value for our database URL. This link, this is the value for our database URL in production. Hope you get. So now then I'll say else. So in production it's going to have a value, but in our development environment, database URL is none. That's why we're using our local database. That's why we are using the db.sqlite3. But right now in production, we want to have our Postgres configuration over here. Okay, yeah. So now right now, so you can see what we did there. So if no database URL, so we are going to use our SQLite 3 database. So if our database URL has an actual value, we're going to simply use the Postgres database. And so we're going to use our Postgres database. Right now, we are using a much more production ready database. We need to go down to our environment variables and then set these values. You understand? Let's go do that right away. The first one is called DB name. Let's go set it up right now. Okay, DB name. So over here, go down to your settings, click on my blog, which is one of the component things. Scroll down to environment variables. So now let's add them now. It's called DB name, right? So I need to what's the name? I need to duplicate this. I don't want to be going back and forth. Okay, let me just duplicate the tab. So it's called DB name, DB underscore name. So what's the name of our database? So I need to open this here. So click on DB, then let's view. So our database name is called DB. Understand? So come over here. I put in DB. So I'm going to add one more. I think it's called, let's see from our code. We have DB user, DB password. Let's add the DB user. So DB user, DB underscore user. So what's the username here? Let's just check from here. DB is also called DB. Just Ctrl C, paste that here. Okay, add again. So what's the next one? It's called, let's check from our DB. What we have next is DB password. Remember, DB password. So I'm going to pause the video and maybe add the remaining ones. DB password. Let's do it together. DB password. From what we have here, our DB password is this. Let's just copy this. Copy these characters. Control C. Don't copy the extra space, please. So we paste that here, and then we add again. So the next item in the list is called, let's check, DB host, and then DB ports. Let's check the port. The DB host now is called DB underscore port. Then that was the port number. Let's check. It's 25060. Copy, push here, add here. So the last one is called the DB host, right? DB underscore hosts. So what's the last value? Come over here. Our DB host is this long one. Let's copy it. Ctrl C. Come over here. Paste that. Right now, our app, we have some environment variables, and this makes our app much more secure. You get now. So just click on save. Save. Also saving is going to be deployed down to DigitalOcean. It's going to be deployed. But what we've done right now, let's just simply push our code. You know, we've made some changes over here. Let's push this to GitHub. Okay, just run git add, git commit, and then let's run git push origin main. Let's see how it goes. So let's just for it as it pushes. Okay, it's up there, so it's been pushed now to the browser. Sure, it's still seeing here. Okay, has been pushed. We are still seeing create database. I don't know why it's doing that. Should say building. My network is quite slow, I guess that's why this is still okay. Okay, so I'll simply refresh this page. Let's refresh this page. I don't know why. Refresh. It should be building, not creating database. It should be building. Okay, let's see. It's coming up. It's loading. Okay, it's building. That's what you are meant to see. So it's building. Once it's done building, we'll continue. Okay, so so right now our deployment is over. It's done, right? We are going to face an error. So let's just try and let's see the live app first. There's going to be an error. So our 500, I was expecting this error. That's because whenever you're using Postgres with Django, you need to install a package called scalability. This package helps you connect Django to your Postgres database. Hope you understood. So right now I'm going to paste this command now. This command helps to install this package. Once you install this, you then need to add this package to your requirement.txt file. Yes, that's right now it's going to install for me. I already have it installed. To simply say, oh, this is the wrong place to install. That's my Git terminal. Should be here. Enter. So now I already have this installed. Once it's installed, so you can see it says requirement already satisfied. So you need to make sure you update your requirement.txt file. That's necessary. Let's update our requirement.txt file. So we want pip freeze, the angle sign, and then requirement.txt. So that's it. So you know what I know this. So whenever you update your code, make sure you always push to GitHub. That's a normal rule. Whenever you update your code, you push to GitHub. So right now I want you to run a git push. Okay, push to GitHub. So once you're done pushing to GitHub now, I think you can try again. So one thing is this. Okay, let's continue. Okay, the issue actually isn't from our scalability. If the issue was there, you would have seen the error in the runtime logs. And that's because I already have scalability in my own requirement.txt. So I'm just telling you guys, whenever you're connecting to a Postgres database, make sure you have scalability installed, and make sure it's also in your requirement.txt file. Hope you get. So that's that. So the next thing to do now is this. Okay, now go down to your console. So you need to make migrations. You need to migrate, you understand? So I'm gonna say Python manage.py migrate. So before we migrate, I need to show you. Let's see what this error message is actually saying. Let's see what the error message is saying. Because remember, we have an error here. Let's see what it's saying. Go down to your my blog. Yeah, so go down to your environment variables there, and then change, what's the name, change debug to true. Let's see what the error message is saying. Debug, where are you? Change it to true. And once you're done, now click on save. So okay, I think it's so far. Okay, it's building. So once it's done building, we're going to see what the error message is, and we'll be able to debug from there. Hope you get. So I want to be sure of the actual error message this is throwing. Hope you get. So it's building currently. Okay, so click on the live app button. Let's see if the error still persists. So it's loading. Oh, you can see the error is saying there's a, you can see we're having this error. That's because of that right now. Okay, you can see we have an error message here. Is this because we need to we need to migrate our database in this time, because we're using a new database right now. We need to migrate our database. That's why we're having this error message, you get. So it's a simple error. Go down to your what's it called again, to your dashboard, then click on this console tab. So yeah, now you can then migrate instead. Let's run the migrate command. I'm going to say python manage.py migrate, enter. So it's going to migrate. So currently it's migrating. So once it's done, you can decide to create a super user. So I'm going to create a super. I'm going to say python manage.py create super user. So I'm going to call it super user. I'm going to use my name, Clinton. Going to forget about the email address. Going to create a password again, and then say yes, and then it's having created for successfully. Everything should work fine now. So everything should work, you get. So once we've done this, click on this live app once more. I don't think I need to run server. So you can see it's working this time. Everything is fine, but right now you can see we don't have any blog articles. That's because we are on a new database. Hope you understand. So you need to go down to your admin section and go add some blog posts. So go down to /admin. So currently we are on /admin. It's log. This is loading. Ouch, what is this? This is not looking good. So right now you can see everything here. It's not looking good. Our styles is not working on the admin session. So we can work on this. We are going to use white noise and see if it works, you get. Okay, so right now let's just configure white noise. So run the command pip install white noise. Once you've run this command, so let's run pip install white noise. Once you've run it, so you need to also update your requirement.txt. How do you do that? You run the pip freeze to update your requirement.txt. And once you are done with this, you need to also come down to our settings.py file and add. You need to come over here and also add a white noise middleware. So just under the security middleware. Okay, so under security middleware, just add this command, add this middleware called the white noise middleware. Just add this. Once you've added it, scroll down, you need to add one more. So we are going to add that here, just here. Okay, so what this line does is this static file storage. What it does is this: it helps with compression and caching of your static files. Hope you get. So once you've done this now, you have to push your code again to GitHub to enable an auto deployment on DigitalOcean. So just push your code again to GitHub. Okay, so once you are done pushing to GitHub, go down to your browser. Okay, to the browser now. Yeah, so it's currently building the service. Once it's done building the service, we'll see the progress. I really hope we check closely. Our Django admin is not looking good, so I had to just simply add white noise quickly, and I hope white noise fixes this styles issue we have here. So let's just wait for it. Once it's done building, we're able to see what the problem was before. So currently it's building. Let's wait for it to be done building. So it's almost done. It's currently waiting for service. Once it's done, we'll see and continue. It's done. So click on the live app. It's done. I hope it works. Let's see. Okay, it's still empty, so go down to /admin. I really hope this works. /admin. Oh, it worked, thank God. You can see now our admin interface is looking beautiful. That was because we didn't add white noise. So now let's log in, the password, and then click on login. So now you can see, now you can come over here and add some blog posts, you can add some categories, you understand, so everything will just work fine. Hope you get. So right now our app has been deployed on DigitalOcean. I'm able to also add a Postgres database to our Django app, also on DigitalOcean. Hope you understood. I also showed you how to configure white noise and do some other stuff. So if you gain value from this tutorial, please subscribe to my channel. You can like the video, you can also share with your friends. I also like to hear from you guys. Drop a comment for me in the comment section. So we meet in the next video. So do well, take care of yourself, stay blessed, and bye.